But I was for it. But I did qualify my statement by saying if this fails, this will set the franchise back at least 5 years, at least. Your take.
But Bruce, I'm laughing because you're not the only one that was for it. I was for it too. I thought this kid was going to come in here, and I thought we were going to get the old Deshaun Watson, the kid that we saw play at Houston. And I mean, boy, were we all wrong with this whole thing. I mean, he's just coming here, and there's no other way to put it. It's just been a disaster. I mean, we haven't gotten the play that we thought that we were going to get out of him. And then he's cost us a ton of money. He's really hurt us as far as the salary cap is concerned.
Yes.
And
plus, I hear my sources tell me he'll be in the locker room sitting by himself in front of his locker when Flacco saved the day for us last year. All the players were huddling around him.
Yeah. Bruce, you know what killed me? A thing that really got me, I was looking at, I can't remember what game it was, but the Browns were playing. And instead of him being on the field right there with the players, he was up in a TV camera went to him and they had a shot of him. He was up in the stands, sitting in the stands, watching the game. Now, that really touched me the wrong way because I'm saying to myself, even if you can't play, you should be down there because you may see something that can maybe help the quarterback or somebody else on that team, and he wasn't in a position to do that. So that kind of upset me. So he has really set us back. And boy, we're still on the hook for about over $70 million, I think, still with this kid. Now, I don't know. Maybe you can give me some insight on this. I know he hurt himself again, but it was not a football related injury. Now, does that mean that we can get some relief?
Yes, it does. There's a clause in that contract, to my knowledge, that will, for what it's worth, save some money, but it still has set the franchise back. Now, let's assume it's over with Watson. Everybody is assuming that this is it. Now what? Do you draft? And, Deion Sanders has said that there's only two teams that he doesn't want his kid to play for. One of them might be the Browns, for all we know. But regardless of Ward or Sanders, there's no guarantee that these two college kids will be a franchise quarterback when they reach the pros. That's one factor, Hanford. And then the other factor is, well, do you get Cousins? Do you go after Darnold? I think Darnold will re-sign with Minnesota myself. Wilson's going to be available. They can't afford Wilson with what they're burdened with Watson. So what do you do at quarterback?
Yeah, it's a dilemma. It's a hell of a dilemma that we're in right now. And first, let me address the Deion thing. I personally, I've heard all the chatter. I've heard all the talk about Deion, and there's some teams that he don't want his son to go to. But me personally, I don't think he would want to interfere. I don't think he will interfere. The thing is the Cleveland Browns. What the Cleveland Browns got to do right now, obviously we got the Shrine Bowl going on right now. Then we have the Senior Bowl. They have to get in there and they have to evaluate all these guys, whether it's at a bowl game or whether it's the private workout or whatever. And I don't care what Deion or what anybody else is getting ready to say. If they think this is the guy at the number, you go ahead and you draft that guy, because if you can't, we're drafting in a position, Bruce, as you well know, that we can't miss. I mean, we cannot miss with this number 2 pick. We have to hit a home run, and we need a quarterback. I mean, if one of those guys, Ward or Sanders, if one of those guys is the guy, you have to go ahead. You have to pick that guy, because hopefully we won't be in this position again where we're drafting this high, because when you're drafting this high, we all know what that means. You had a terrible year. I mean, absolutely terrible year.